Imagine if a single painting had been accepted into an art academy. Maybe World War II would have never happened. Maybe 60 million people wouldn't have died. Maybe Europe wouldn't have burned in the fires of hatred. Adolf Hitler, one of history's most infamous figures, didn't start his life as a dictator. He started as a dreamer, a young man with a brush in his hand and visions of becoming a great artist. But one rejection changed the world forever. Adolf Hitler was born in 1889, in Austria. As a child, he was quiet, reserved, and deeply passionate about art. He loved drawing buildings and landscapes. By the time he was a teenager, he had one dream: to attend the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. At 18, filled with hope, he submitted his portfolio and applied. But then came the first blow: rejected. The Academy said his drawings lacked depth, especially in portraying people. They told him, "You might be better suited to architecture." Hitler was devastated but not defeated. He returned the next year to try again, only to face the same result: rejected again. This second rejection broke something inside him. Now homeless and poor, Hitler lived in Vienna's shelters. He survived by painting cheap postcards and selling them to tourists, barely enough to eat. He wandered the streets, alone, bitter, angry. And slowly, that anger found targets. He blamed the elites, politicians, modern artists, and increasingly, the Jews. It was during these years that his anti-Semitic views began to form views that would later become deadly ideology. Then came a new chapter: war. In 1914, World War I broke out. Hitler joined the German army as a volunteer and loved the life of a soldier. He fought on the front lines, was wounded, and received medals for bravery. But he was never promoted. His commanders didn't see leadership in him. When Germany lost the war in 1918, Hitler was crushed. He, like many Germans, felt humiliated and betrayed. He didn't blame the military defeat. He blamed politicians. He blamed the Treaty of Versailles. And again, he blamed the Jews. In the chaotic years that followed, Hitler found a new path: politics. He joined a small nationalist group, the German Workers' Party. With his powerful speeches and fiery energy, he quickly rose to leadership. He changed the party's name to something more dramatic: the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. In 1923, he attempted a coup, the famous beer hall putsch. It failed. He was arrested and sent to prison. But behind bars, he began something else: writing. In prison, he wrote Mein Kampf, My Struggle, where he laid out his twisted beliefs, racial ideology, and dreams of rebuilding a powerful German empire. When he was released, Germany was still struggling with unemployment, inflation, and despair. Hitler offered hope, direction, and someone to blame. By 1933, he was appointed Chancellor of Germany. And soon after, he seized total control. He banned opposition parties. He built concentration camps. He rearmed the military and began preparing for expansion. And in 1939, when he invaded Poland, World War II began. For 6 years, the world witnessed horror, massacres, invasions, genocide, destruction. Hitler's policies led to the deaths of over 60 million people, including 6 million Jews in the Holocaust. But even as Germany crumbled around him, Hitler refused to surrender. As Allied forces closed in on Berlin in 1945, he retreated into an underground bunker. There, on April 30th, he took his own life. The man who dreamed of being a painter ended in ashes, buried in rubble and shame. So, what if that first art school had just said yes? Would history have taken a different path? Would a canvas have replaced a battlefield? This isn't just a story about war. It's a chilling reminder of how fragile the world is. How a single person's bitterness, born from rejection, can evolve into global catastrophe. Be careful who you ignore, who you humiliate, who you push into darkness. Because sometimes, a failed artist becomes the author of the world's greatest tragedy.